What's up, guys? K Wilson here today to do my review for Naruto Shippuden episode 322. And this episode overall was a great episode. This episode was fantastic, from the music to the animation to the fight scenes. Everything about this episode was great. You know, this was worth the wait, and I know for manga readers, including myself, we've been waiting for this part to get animated for so long, but of course we had to deal with filler episodes, and I know why there are filler episodes in Naruto and any anime, but you know, some of the fillers were just ridiculous. Like, there was this one filler episode when Amor was fighting like pink Zetsus, and I'm like, you know, what is this? You know, they're running out of ideas, and you know, that's why, you know, many people, they stop watching the anime because of the fact it's just so many fillers, and it's just, you know, not good filler. Because I mean, before Naruto, they used to produce, you know, good filler episodes, but now it's just sometimes it gets ridiculous. But this, so going back to this episode, Madara Uchia debuted last week, and this week we see him in action, and Madara was just so dominant throughout this whole episode. I mean, the Shinobi Alliance didn't stand a chance. He went out there, and I have not seen anybody dominate with taijutsu in so long in Naruto. You know, this was something I wanted Rock Lee to one day do against like a whole bunch of white jutsu, just honing them all with taijutsu. But of course, we never get to see that. And Madara, you know, he just goes straight forward to the Shinobi lines, and he's just punching kicks, roundhouse kicks, uppercuts. You know, he's just taking people out one after the other using the Sharingan, and the animated Mason was just great, and you just see every movement of him. You know, just blocking people, punching people, taking them out. Like the Shinobi Alliance, they were outclassed. And this was one time, one part of the episode, he takes someone's sword and he's just slashing everybody. I think at that point he takes two swords and everybody's just getting cut down by Madara. It's ridiculous. And you know, yeah, I didn't expect him to be that good with taijutsu, and the fact that, you know, this was just a warm-up for him, because let's be honest, guys, this was a warm-up. He didn't take the Alliance seriously at all. You know, since he's been resurrected, he's just gonna, you know, take his time and try out his techniques, and that's what they were. These nameless ninja was just nothing but practice to him. And let me tell you, man, this how with every movement he made, from the punches and kicks and the swords, and there was one scene where he is a slow motion and we see his Sharingan is moving all different directions. You hear the noise, and it's like, you know, we haven't seen that in a while for somebody using a Sharingan like that to predict their moves since like part 1. So that was great to see as well. And also, they go back to the HQ. They were talking about how the fake Madara was calling himself Madara because the name, it has power behind it. Because when you hear Madara Uchiha, you know that this guy was a legendary ninja who was on par with the first Hokage, and the fact that he was one of the strongest Uchiha of all time. And that's, you know, proof when we see him taking out all these guys from the Alliance. I mean, you just felt bad for him because it was just a massacre, you know. And then of course the Shishikage, Gaara, Naruto, and Temari, they step in, and Madara does this cool fire jutsu, and it has a different name. It was like some majestic something fire or flame or whatever, and pretty much it's just fire style, and it has like a huge range, wide range, and it took like 10 water users just to stop the flames. It was crazy. And that also, you know, it was cool to see fire style too, because, you know, with the Uchiha, we see so many this Sharingan techniques that it's good to see just a good fire style technique, and I actually like that. And so pretty much when Naruto, he actually tries to hit him with a Rasengan, that doesn't work at all, because Madara's like, you know what, time to go to Susanoo, and his Susanoo was beastly. I mean, his Susanoo was blue, and it looked more demonic than Sasuke's Susanoo, because we know Susanoo represents a person's chakra, and then Madara's Susanoo, it just looked like a demon, you know, just its jaw jagged, and the blades were jagged. He was using, had 4 arms, and he was just cutting people down. It was a massacre, you know. It was crazy that you see somebody this strong in the Naruto series. And then they have this other plan where they make the Tsuchikage meets Gaara's sand lighter, and he grabs Madara, and then Naruto hits him with the Rasen Shuriken, and then it's like, you know what, that's too much. And then Madara awakens the Rinnegan, and everybody's just shocked to see him with Rinnegan. I was surprised when I was reading this in the manga. I'm like, whoa, how can he have an Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan and Rinnegan? That's ridiculous. That's OP. And then he decides, you know what, I'm going to end this. And Susanoo, which was cool scene. Susanoo does hand signs and he does hand signs, and then summons that giant meteorite. And the reactions were so good from the members of the alliance. Like some guys dropped their weapons. Some people were just laughing because they couldn't believe what was going to happen. That they couldn't escape that. They was just like they were paralyzed with fear. But the Tsuchikage was like, nah, don't worry about it. And then he did Superman again. And he made the meteorite lighter with the support of Gaara. But he was like, all right, no, you got good because Madara and Inoki they fought before. And he's like, oh, you got good before, and let's see you try too. And another meteorite just comes out of nowhere, and it just the shock wave. They can feel it all the way from the HQ, and a majority of the people Ninja died, and the Tsuchikage he looked like he was dead. And so at the end, Madara and the second Tsuchikage, they were since they were Edo Tenseis, it was okay for them to take the hit, and they were able to regenerate. And man, let me tell you, Madara was just like, you know what? I'm gonna try something else. And in the end, we see him do wood style. Once he did wood style, I knew that Madara was the strongest character in this series than anybody we've seen. Probably stronger than the first Hokage, than Naruto, than especially Naruto and Sasuke. We've never seen somebody with this level of strength in Naruto in so long. It was ridiculous. And I remember when the meteorite came and Gaara was like, this is the power of the god. And I'm like, yes, this is the power of the god. And he's not even trying. You know what I mean? This is probably a fraction of what the stage of six paths could do, because Madara he's the closest one thus far, someone that's closest to the abilities of that in the stage of six paths. It's crazy. So yeah, overall, this episode was very good. The animation was well done. It really, and it's been such a long time since I've been, this into an episode of Shippuden. I haven't been this excited for an episode of Naruto or Shippuden in a long time. And this is probably why I think this is probably one of the best episodes. Even though there's great more things to come, manga readers know what I'm talking about. Great things to come in the future for these episodes. But this episode so far, it's the best episode of 2013. Everything was just fantastic, and it was good to watch this episode. So let me know your thoughts down below. What you thought about this week's episode of Naruto, what you liked about it. I highly doubt you have any dislikes about this episode, but if you do, just leave them down below. And thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to give you a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and subscribe for more videos. And I will continue to do weekly reviews on this episode, the Naruto Shippuden anime, since we're all back to canon. So yeah, see you guys next week, and I'll see you guys later. Yeah, I said it, but oh well. Peace.